First got into photography in 2004. It was actually Photoshop that brought me into photography in the first place. Started editing Hubble Space Telescope images and other stuff I could find off the web. That eventually led to me wanting my own camera and being able to edit my own images. A friend let me borrow his point and shoot camera one day in 2004, and I just kind of fell in love with it. I like to shoot urban landscapes. I like punchy, contrasty colors, sharp images that are still silky smooth. Balance is really important. Height, materials, orientation, the way it's facing. And Dallas has so much of that going for it. Our skyline is beautiful at night, and it's turned in just such a way that it catches the evening sun beautifully. I also like weather. Photographing weather is always interesting and exciting because it's different every single time. Something that most people don't get to see, in their lives. It's a different thing out on the plains to see a storm rolling in than it is in the city. The structure, the landscape, everything about it is just different. And to see something in nature that is so strong and so beautiful, so photogenic is always a rush. Landscapes are relatively new to me. I've been in the city all my life, so I haven't had that much experience until recent years traveling to Colorado. It's still something that really overwhelms me. I can't tell you how many trips I've been in these beautiful places, and I'm just gobstruck. I don't know what to do with the camera. I don't know where to point it. I'm so overwhelmed. You drop me in any city around the country, and there's a process to it, and I can take you to all the right spots. But in nature, it's taking some getting used to. Camping has been important to me, not only as a relaxing thing, but it also puts you out in new environments, and being immersed in your subject is the only way to capture it, whether that means you're in the city or if you're waking up in a tent and you're ready to rock and roll at sunrise. They kind of go hand in hand. The hardest part of my job is there could come a time whenever I don't get a phone call for 3 months. And if you're not good with managing your money and taking care of business, then you can find yourself in a very difficult place very quickly. And that's exactly what happened. So I went through this dry spell from, I think it was May to June, and decided to do a book. It's something that people had asked me to do for a few years, and I figured it was time. Launched a Kickstarter campaign, which was successful, and I told people it'll be 3 or 4 months. It took like a month shy of a year. There was so much more to it than I had anticipated, of course, but it was all worth it. I'm proud of the book, and I think everybody else likes it. The photo of Dallas sticking out of the clouds was taken from Bank of America Plaza. I got a message letting me know that there was some fog about. Hopped up and called a friend that offices in Bank of America and went up and shot out the window there. And I didn't think that I had gotten anything because the reflections through the glass of the skyscraper, but it all ended up panning out. I never got into this to make money. I never said I'm going to be a successful photographer one day. This was always about a creative outlet that I could share with people. That's been my biggest thing, is I don't go out and I don't take these photos to sit on them. I want to show them to people. And that from day one, I think, has kind of fostered this sort of sharing attitude that, these are for everybody. These are for everybody to enjoy. And that's the main reason I do this, is to entertain people. I still struggle with calling myself an artist. It's hard for me to say that. Like, an artist to me is a painter or a musician, or, I run a camera, and so much of what I do is a formula now that it's like, yes, there's art in it, but I'm a photographer.